Hey, what's up everybody? Kaiju Loot here, along with cameraman Sega Sean.
Hello!
And welcome to another edition of SGS Collections, where today I will be doing, as promised, way back from our C2E2 2017 haul video, a toy review of the two figures that I picked up from the Metal Gear Solid series of Solid Snake and Liquid Snake, the hero and villain of the very first Metal Gear Solid game. And a little bit about this. I bought these two loose out of package, just to let you guys know. That's why I bought them exactly like this, inside these little Ziploc paper bags. But it's the figures themselves, and it came with all the accessories, as well as what I saw, but I didn't have enough money, unfortunately. The whole entire original line of the Metal Gear Solid action figure set that featured Marrow, Gray Fox, the Cyborg Ninja, as well as all the members of Foxhound, such as Revolver Ocelot, Sniper Wolf, Psycho Mantis, and Vulcan Raven. And I don't believe Decoy Octopus got his own figure, but then again, he was hardly in the game, so that's understandable. But anyway, a little background with these figures. These figures came out back in 1998, which is the same year that the original, that Metal Gear Solid came out for the PlayStation. And they're from McFarlane Toys. And McFarlane Toys, if you guys have heard of them, all you toy aficionados out there, they are very famous for making all the hundreds and hundreds of highly detailed, highly articulated Spawn action figures, as well as many other action figures from music, movies, pop culture, sci-fi, video games, you name it. And they made the first line of Metal Gear Solid figures. McFarlane Toys. So yeah, and also before I forget, from what how much I paid for these figures, well, I'm just saying the price is probably going to vary whether you find these figures online, in box, loose. But like I said, I bought these figures loose. For Liquid's figure, with all of his accessories, I paid $30 for him. And for Solid Snake's figure, with all the accessories on there, I paid $45. And so yeah, like I said, I found these at C2E2, our most recent convention. And yeah, so this is going to be my first toy review of these figures. I mean, we've shown off toys and figures before, like the Godzilla figures, like we did last year. But this is the first time that I'm going to be doing pretty much an in-depth analysis on pretty much everything about the figures. I am by no means an action figure expert or anything like that, but I'm just going to do the best I can here, talking about the detail, the sculpt, the paint, articulation, everything. Are these figures worth getting? But without further ado, let's get right into the review. And now to review the first figure, starting with Solid Snake. I'm just going off a list here, guys. So just in case, in case I forget anything, we'll start things off with the height of the figures. Might as well mention for Liquid. After measuring both figures stand at over 6 inches tall, about 6 inches tall, which is pretty much the average height for most common figures and stuff. And now time to talk about the detail, the sculpt, and the paint. With the as far as the detail is concerned here, it's pretty well detailed, especially from a figure from the late 1990s. I don't know, like I said, not a toy expert here. I don't know if there were a lot of detailed figures out in the 90s and stuff. I don't know if you know, Sega Sean.
Huh? What? How good they look and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they look great. The faces are kind of funny, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they look very... as you've seen in the earlier screenshots or camera shots of them up close, Snake looks very...
McFarlane Spawn figures came out around that time as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, as far as the detail goes in the figure, it's pretty solid. When you look at the uniform, you got a good shot of it?
Yeah.
When you look at the uniform, one of the things I like is that they got the color down right. They got it right down to a T. For those of you who have played the original Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation, they have it down to a T with the gray and the dark blue chest gear and stuff. And one of the things I like about it with the details is that they really they do not spare any detail when it comes to the to his uniform, especially with the wrinkles and the creases all around his pants, his arms, his uniform and stuff, and signs of of getting worn and everything. And so that's what I always liked about figures, is all these small details and stuff with their clothing, including the creases and the wrinkles and all that stuff. And also too, the figure catches pretty much captures Snake's physical appearance completely as well. Snake being not a huge buff or muscular guy, but pretty cut to the point where he has a muscular cut body, but he's just slim to do all those espionage missions and stuff. We have especially with the muscle structure, his six-pack in the center there. It's right down to a T. I know I've been saying that a lot, but once again, I'm no toy expert. But as far as the paint is concerned, well, I guess that applies to the color as well. And one of the things I like too is the bandana, how it's up in the air like that. Especially when Snake runs around or jumps or whatever like that. I love the how much detail, how much life they put into the bandana there. And next, I guess we can talk about the articulation of the figure.
I was just going to say, one of the best parts of these kinds of figures, the detailed ones, is how well they hide the articulation and stuff like that. The points of where you can bend it and stuff. I find that's always great.
Well, the articulation, in all honesty, for this figure is kind of so-so. This is by no means your average action figure. This is kind of like an action figure mainly for display, you can say, because, well, we have, let's look at the other, some of the articulation here. The head, it's a bit stiff, but it can move from left to right, as you can see here. His left arm, it is purposely bent like this. It can't go up and down with his elbows, but it can go sideways all around like this, and of course the arm can go up and down. But like I said, it's a little bit stiff, and you can't go back this way much either because of how it's bent on the side of his leg here. And his right arm, it can bend this way, kind of like in this curve, but it can't really go up and down. Like I said, and the arm can go up and down as well. I think the joints might be a bit stiff due to the age of the figure or something like this. And the legs itself go up and down. You bend the knees all the way. Same thing for the other leg as well. For the boots, you can't rotate them left or right, like some figures nowadays. And yeah, excuse me. Now on to the accessories. A lot of Snake's common famous accessories from the Metal Gear game are pretty much right here, all except for the cigarettes.
Yeah, you'd think that he would have them.
A pack of cigarettes, because you used them.
Smoked them all while waiting for you to buy them.
In the beginning of the game. So, but anyway, here are some of the cool items that are featured in the game that are also featured in this figure. We have here his thermal goggles, which I believe are Snake's thermal goggles. It's either that or his night vision goggles, but I believe it's his thermal ones, which is a very helpful item in the game that you use a lot. And so you have that, as well as Snake's gas mask that you find throughout the game and use a couple of times throughout.
You can put all of these on him too, then, right?
Yes, I believe.
That's what you're trying to demonstrate now. It's a little stiff though, because it's all.
I'm not having such luck.
Putting
this down. Oh, here we go. It had to be the other way. Yeah.
$45. Oh no.
I don't know. It's weird because of the bandana.
Maybe the bandana comes off?
No, it's not removable. Well, close enough. Kind of. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Looks like a nerd. But Snake never looks like a nerd. He's too cool for school.
And next, let us try it with the gas mask here. Here we go. Face pops off. And next we have right here his little C4 explosive.
Boom!
That pretty much you use throughout the game too, especially when you rescue the Arms Tech president and you have to blow up a bunch of walls. So yeah. Next thing too, pretty much his signature weapon. It is the Soulcomb handgun pistol that comes with it, as well as a cool thing that it also comes with. Later on in the game, you find a suppressor, which is the silencer for the Soulcomb. And you can actually attach this to the handgun, and you could reattach it, take it apart, and let me try to put it on right now. Here we go. And here it is with the suppressor.
Cool.
And next you have the only assault rifle in the game. This has always been the weirdest looking assault rifle, but it's called a FAMAS. That's the name of it. Or a FAMASer. I'm not sure. FAMOS.
Some gun experts like, come on, that's not how you pronounce it.
That's how they say it in the game.
Oh, okay.
And next you have pretty much the main weapon that you use to fight a lot of boss fights with, in terms of the helicopter, Vulcan Raven, if you want to, Sniper Wolf, and even Metal Gear itself, the Stinger missile. Pretty much a rocket launcher that you use for targeting. It also even comes with a little missile with it that you can put into the figure, push this button, and boom.
Whoa!
Fires.
Action-packed. Do it again. For me. Whoa, 3D!
And now on to the main antagonist of the game, Liquid Snake.
Do you want me to hold him again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Once again, the figure is 6 inches in height. Detail, once again, the detail and the sculpt of the figure, really well done. It captures Liquid's body as well as his trademark raincoat, his trench coat.
I was going to say, this feels really cool.
Yeah. It's a rubber. It's made out. It's a rubbery feel to it. And once again, you see a lot of the creases to the trench coat.
Yeah, very nice.
His brown gloves, and of course, he's always shirtless underneath his jacket.
Go on.
And Anyway, what's cool too is that it even comes because in the game he has a pair of dog tags that he wears around his neck, and he actually have metal dog tags around his neck that actually move around and stuff like it's a real chain. The world's smallest chain. But yeah, sadly though, the coat is non-removable.
Oh.
Even if you try to remove the coat, his arms will have the jacket material.
Oh,
so you'll have a shirtless Liquid, but jacketed sleeves and gloves, since, you know, Liquid is just all-out shirtless at the end. But yeah, next, onto the sculpt. The paint, once again, captures the colors. Kind of like the dark brownish black that he wears throughout his uniform. And so yeah, not much to say about that. Next on to the articulation, as far as the head is concerned.
He seems a lot more, like, less posable.
Move the head around, but yeah, do with the collar of his coat.
Yeah.
All around, like Snake.
That long hair.
His arms can't really, it can move up and down, but you can't bend the elbow. It is like this, but it is fully posable here. Well, it's movable here. As well as the arm is completely stiff here. You can just, you know, go up and down. And as well as the legs, once again, legs go up and down, and the knees can bend, but you can't rotate his boots. And now on to his accessories, excuse me. He only has a few accessories, not much. One, I think there are just a couple of add-ons, because a lot of this stuff is just weird. One, he comes, once again, just like Snake, a Soul Cone pistol, which he's never had in the game. They just threw it on here with the suppressor, once again. The FAMAS machine assault rifle right here, which he uses at the end of the game. So I guess, you know, that's reasonable. And the thing that he comes with, besides this, instead of the Snake figure, is that he actually comes with his own display stand.
I was going to say, Snake has holes on the bottom of his boots. Did he not?
Yeah, but I even looked it up online. It doesn't have a stand or...
Well,
anything.
can you stand him on that thing?
Yeah, let me... Yeah, as you can see right here are the little pegs.
Yeah.
Where you put the holes in, and you put them in right now.
Now, is that from the game, that location?
Yeah, this looks like a step, because there's a lot of areas in the game that come with these little steps that have the holes in it. They're metal steps, but it has like all these little fence holes to it. So I don't know if this is the exact location, but I kind of have an idea. But at the same time, it's pretty common. But anyway, let me put the Liquid figure in. It's fairly easy to put in, and he stays there fairly well for the most part. Make sure here. And yeah, because without the figure, it's a little bit of a hassle for him to stand. Other than that, here he is with the display stand. So yeah, not much to say about that. It's always cool for a figure to have a display stand.
Oh yeah.
And I guess now between the two figures themselves, the only big but then again, I completely understand why now, since figuring out the year these came out. These came out in 1998, where the first Metal Gear game came out for the PlayStation. And the only thing I never agreed on is their faces. Because Snake and Liquid are supposed to be twins. They look nothing alike.
Yeah, they really look disgusted. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
The tense characters, Sean.
Well, I know, but geez, they got...
look nothing alike. And if you notice, when you compare, Snake's face, Snake's head is a whole lot bigger than Liquid's.
Oh, it is?
Look at the size.
Boy, that's a lot of hair.
You get a good shot here?
Yes.
And, I mean, yeah, Liquid has they says a tanner color and it has brighter hair than Snake, but I guess I can understand why when it comes to the faces, because from Metal Gear Solid 1, their faces were pixelated, right? Is that the word?
Yes.
They were always pixelated. They never had exact faces. They didn't even have any mouth movements.
Yeah, and his hair was really big.
Just these little blank dark eyes.
Yeah.
And just these mouths. It was like very, very blurry.
And after the
faces are very blurred.
After the point of the bandana, that was just hair, right?
Yeah.
There was no skin. Well, that explains why it's such a big head. It's all hair.
Because originally, yeah, he had long hair, but he cut it at the beginning of the game because he said, "I don't want to look like Liquid." But yeah, I mean, I can understand why, because later on we pretty much get an exact face of Snake, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. And then later on for the GameCube, the remake of Metal Gear Solid 1, which is the Twin Snakes, which then we actually have identifiable faces of Snake and Liquid, and then they look like twins, but hence with the lighter hair color and the skin color. But here, we didn't even know what they looked like exactly, since these came out in 1998, the same year that the first game came out.
Well, the only thing I kind of have to say about that, though, not to argue...
So they didn't have, like, a distinct face, if you know what I mean.
But think about it this way. Isn't there official art?
There is, but at the same time...
I know it's very white, and...
The art...
is very...
The one thing I didn't really like about the artwork of Metal Gear Solid 1 is that it was very camouflagey.
Yeah, it's white, and it has... I know what you're talking about.
Very pale, very camouflagey. Even then, you have trouble seeing the faces, because all you see... I guess it's the art style, the artwork, just markings on their face. Like, you see, like, the lines with their eyes, but you don't really see anything distinct. But then again, too, I take something back.
The codec.
That, and at the beginning of the game, if you listen to the mission briefings, they show full faces.
Yeah, I mean, even with official art, they have to have a Bible of Metal Gear and stuff like that, like other franchises do. So I'm sure Hideo didn't just be like, oh, they're twins, but don't pay attention to whatever.
Well, once again, I'm sorry for this lecture, everybody.
No, it's interesting.
But I'm just saying, like, would this, be excusable for the time?
Yeah,
but then again, they're action figures. It's no big deal.
They both got mugs that would stick like that forever, though.
But that's pretty much my only pet peeve about the figures themselves. Everything else is just spectacular, at least in my opinion. As a non-toy expert, my first toy review. But all in all, in terms of, do I recommend these figures to you or to the average toy collector or just someone who is who just likes action figures? Well, my personal opinion is this. If you are a huge fan, like me, if you are a huge fan of the Metal Gear Solid franchise, you love it to death, you love the characters, you love the complicated but amazing story behind it, and then yes, I highly recommend these figures. If you love Metal Gear, merchandise as well, you love to collect them, all you Foxhound wallets and t-shirt collectors out there, this is something different. This is something different. This is something vintage, and this is something really cool to have for any Metal Gear fan. But that's my opinion. If you're a diehard Metal Gear fan and you love action figures as well, then yes, go at it. I highly recommend these figures. But as far as anyone else is concerned, if you're not familiar with the franchise or if you're not too big into figures, I give it a pass on these. I give this to mainly, the real, genuine, and hardcore Metal Gear fans. So yeah. And once again, I will probably, sometime in the near future, I will probably collect the whole first line, which comes with Marrow, Gray Fox, and all the Foxhound members, Ocelot, and whatnot. And because so far I really like these figures. And a lot of them, too, come with so many accessories, a whole lot of them, especially Ocelot, Sniper Wolf, and the like. And I would love to show these off to you guys. And once again, from seeing them online on Amazon and even at conventions, the prices range literally between $30 to $40 between all the figures. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and for being with me on my first toy review here of the Metal Gear Solid action figures. And on this note, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Super Game Strikers here on YouTube.
And ring that notification bell so you can tell when we upload next.
I'm Kaiju Lou.
I'm cameraman Sega Sean.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.